Hi, friends. My name is Mr. I was going to title this live stream. I was going to title it Musing, Losing, or Schmoozing. You decide. But then I saw on my notifications on my phone, I saw this comment. I just read the beginning of it. It just said, also wondering your thoughts on. I didn't know what the rest of the thing said. So I thought I'd just title this that. With any test not being clear. Only somebody who's not any one or two would think that those results aren't clear. Cool nose ring? Do I have a cool nose ring? There, now I do. I have the coolest nose ring of all. I wonder if I could put this on my nose. I've got a nose ring. What do you think? You think it'll look good with a nose ring? Oops. I just wanted to have something special for my trip to the red carpet because I'm pretty sure I'm going to win the Golden Globe this year. I know they already passed, but I think they're going to go back and redo it for me. That's what I'm hoping. And say that I win the Golden Globe for most empowering role by a transgendered person in a diversity affirming narrative. That's my goal in life, to win that Golden Globe. Who wouldn't want to win that Golden Globe? That's the most important Golden Globe of all. I'm not really sure what I'm doing right now. I got up earlier. I did some live streaming. And then, smartly, I went back to bed, took a little nap. Then I got up. I ate some food. And watched two cartoons. One of which is called Villainous Level 99. I am the level boss, but I'm not the demon lord, I think is what it's called. Excellent, excellent, excellent cartoon. Then I watched the second episode of this ridiculous cartoon called like Princess Mimi Momo or something like that. It's very silly. I like it though. And then I said to myself, well, Eric, it's probably a good time to go take another nap. You know. I could have asked her more any questions, I guess. But the thing is this. Her answers throughout were consistent with 8th slot any, not first or second. So maybe I didn't ask a ton of any questions directly, but what do I look like? Megan the Stallion? No, I mean I ask him questions that require him to do conditional reasoning. You know, the thing is, it's a little gameable as a test because um it's because there's so much like test questions you might get in school, right? So people have various degrees of practice with those kinds of questions, and that impacts results a little bit. But if I do a thorough job of testing TI, then it's pretty much ungameable. I don't ask him word salad ever. That's not a bad idea to say word salad and see if they can identify it as such, but that wouldn't be a purely TI matter. I definitely probe this thing way more often than I even probe my wife. That's how cloggy this stem is. Or maybe just how much weed I smoke would be another way to put it. Oh, she was? Okay, cool. Well, yeah, she seems pleasant to me. I don't know. The point is, I did the best I could in that typing session. Like, uh, I feel very proud of that typing session in the sense that, I don't know, very proud is probably too extreme language to use, but um, I feel like I could easily have been fooled by her if I had relied too much on my intuition. But I did the test, and you might say I inadequately tested NE directly, but I certainly tested TI and TE thoroughly, and tested SI and NI very thoroughly. So I feel very confident that we're talking beta quadra, and the TI is just too good for 3 or 4, and the NE is too good for 1 for ISTP. You know, so that means ESTP. I like typing sessions like that where I can give very defensible, conclusive, make a defensible and conclusive case regarding what type somebody is and why. You know, I like it when I finish a typing session. I feel like I can get behind this one. Yeah, she doesn't seem SI at all, really. Um, you could argue that her SI tested worse than 5, but I don't really think so. I think that's within the range of 5. You know, on the less explicitly SI side of 5, but reasonable. Yeah, I mean the difference uh between ESTP extroverted intuition and ISTP extroverted intuition is pretty conclusive. Extroverted intuition polar is very um it's a clear bright line for me, pretty almost always. Hi Jerry M. Danowski, INFJ. Just for the record, Jerry M. Danowski, I generally operate under the assumption that everybody well, the name of your YouTube account, you can't do that through that. That you have to go to settings, channel, advanced settings. Or maybe it's not advanced settings. I don't know. It's somewhere in there. It's not in customization. It's under settings, I think. But, you know, what do I look like? Some kind of YouTube expert? Let me assure you, I am not. If I were a YouTube expert, I'd do better at YouTube. What does countervalued mean? It means not only do you not value it, you think it's bad. So, for example, I instrumentally value TI. I think it's important for people to use that modality to attain things that are absolute values in other areas. I don't think it's an absolute value in itself. I don't get any great satisfaction out of TIing or whatever, you know. It's an instrumental value, though, because I still think it's valuable to do. I think it's worthwhile. I just don't think it's an end in itself. In contrast, TE, I acknowledge it's worthwhile and important and necessary and stuff. I countervalue it because it runs afoul to how I do things. The way I do things is I ask and answer all the questions first, and then I muse about whether action should be taken. How TE deals with things is it starts taking action and then adjusts and takes action and adjusts, etc. It runs counter to my fundamental way of doing things. And so I countervalue it. I acknowledge its value instrumentally at least, but I don't feel like that. I just feel like it's this oppressive tyrant of wrongness. So, in other words, here, Lamb, countervalued means to believe something's an oppressive tyrant of wrongness. You know, you demonstrated how you countervalue SI earlier when you were kind of scolding me about torturing myself for no reason. Easy for you to say 6 slot SI person. But, you know, for those of us who are SI front stack, it's like you just have this weird, stupid relationship with the past, you know. Since it's 4th slot for me, I at least explicitly kind of countervalue it as a metaphysical way of doing things, like as a way of knowing. But I like it as a way of experiencing if it's good SI. You know, it feels juicy. Feels juicy like the rush of amphetamines in your blood after you've been off of them for a while. You get the tingles, you know. That's some juicy SI. Tomorrow Luminello, my doctor, and say, refill my script, please. And then Thursday, sweet Thursday, I might be able to get it. If not, then I should definitely be able to get it on Friday. Because look, here's the thing. You can only get it 48 hours before 30 days are up. Well, I got it last month on the 20th. So you'd say, well, that's the 18th. That's 30 days. But December actually has 31 days. So it's possible. See, I don't know if it's like 48 hours before the 31st day. I'm not sure. That's all right. Thursday, Friday, whatever. I guess what I'm saying is it's not inconceivable, depending on how they do the math, that I could get it on Wednesday, but I don't plan on even trying to get it on Wednesday because the only way that would happen is if I messaged the doctor in the morning and got a text from the pharmacy in the afternoon saying it was ready. It seems unlikely. They don't seem to be in an especially big hurry to fill my script. Although, I mean, they're a million times better than the CVS was. But everybody feels sketchy about that drug, you know? All the pharmacists feel sketchy about it. It's just what you got to deal with in life if you're on Adderall. So, you know, like even if I were to call it in on Wednesday, and even if they were to get it, and even if it were technically acceptable time for me to get it, they probably wouldn't fill it till Thursday. You know, how can you not like a function? Well, it's not that you don't like a function. It's that you don't like it when people pay attention in ways that run afoul of how you by default want to pay attention. You see it in me all the time. When someone comes in and uses words in a certain kind of haphazard way, I get upset and or just sort of reflexively, uncontrollably, compulsively correct them. It's because they're not using words in a way that's consistent with how I want to pay attention. Right? So it's not that you don't like a function. I mean, there are several different formulations of TI questions. Coming up with variants within the formulations is simple enough. It's not like I'm coming up with new formulations. That would be impressive. I mean, I feel very confident that she's an ESTP. And I think that that typing session was very revelatory about how we need to type with tests that we can hang our hat on so that we can defend whether somebody's meow type or meow type. What was informative to me also was how she said at the end, like, something like, oh, this other person typed her as INFJ or ISFJ or whatever. And she said, I don't think I'm TE polar. That's in. I avoided the mistake that that other person made. Because, yeah, she had a chill demeanor. My intuition out the gate was like ISFJ, then maybe INFJ. That was just my intuition. Yes, right. So an ESTJ would annoy you a lot if they told you a more detailed grocery trip story, and it wouldn't annoy me as much. And presumably it wouldn't annoy an ESFJ at all, really. No, she was typed as by two different people as three different things because she was typed by one of the people twice. And one of the people had typed her as, I think, INFJ first. She said, I don't think I'm TE polar. And then they, I did this before with an ESTP, some hot German or Austrian or whatever it's on your channel. Well, I don't remember, but long blonde hair glasses chick. Maybe that's her YouTube name. Long blonde hair glasses chick. That would really be identifying you a lot, I guess, if that's how you named yourself. But, she also had a hard time articulating particulars and would rather consolidate than rant. Right. But she also gave more expansive answers to things than you'd see with somebody NI, say 3 or 1 or maybe even 2. You know, after after the whole thing and after reflecting on it, I feel very good about that typing session because I didn't make the mistake that I made a couple of times recently of going with my intuition too much rather than what I can establish for sure. I'm getting better at hammering the things I can establish for sure to establish what I can for sure establish with them. And like I kept running afoul of trying to nail down what her slot was with the SI. She was definitely NI front stack, but I couldn't figure out where it was. The the SI. I mean, the problems arise for me when I don't ignore the NI enough, right? That's when I have problems. When I do successfully ignore the NI and go about it in a really rigorously TI way, in this what would you call it? A community? I think it's a Swiss Army knife of various things. Some of them are useful tools like a knife or a can opener, and some of them are like a venomous snake that bites you. So you got to be really careful opening the Swiss Army knife of typology. Yeah, everybody. Well, because everybody comes into typology and mostly stays in typology from the perspective of NI first. That we really understand types and typology with things like the maverick or the protector, the entertainer, shit like that. Well, that's not correct. I'm sorry, but that's just not correct. NI is a tricky function for an NE-DOM, for sure. I don't trust my NI very much. Hi, Ruben.
Hey, Eric.
How are you this morning?
I'm all right.
Glad to hear it.
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing a little live streaming.
Good.
Mostly because that ESTP lady left a comment saying, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on people in the Premiere chats suggesting that the NE results were inconclusive. And I can see that I didn't super test the NE explicitly. I didn't test it as much as I tested TE. or SINI. Uh, but I feel very confident that, like, if we were to ask Acacia the same question,
she'd readily have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, she'd have 4 poems ready for me within a couple of minutes, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
To be Ruse Day into Riz House. To be Ruse Day, huh? That's a pretty good name, but not as good as my new name for myself. Beta sensitive. Because I'm beta sensitive, okay?
Okay.
Everyone needs to respect my sensitive feelings.
Betas make you sensitive?
No, I'm a sensitive beta male.
Oh, I see.
So that's why I've named myself beta sensitive. Because if I just made it sensitive beta, that would be too little like a name. Too much like a label. Carolyn, that is because an action type, but you don't have to be loud to take action. Right. That's why they call me the silent killer. Did you see that? It was silent but deadly. A fist right to your face. Sada Bensitive? Sada Bensitive is a pretty good name. Watch out! I hope I gave you enough warning to duck. I killed half the people in Germany. I got a really good viewership amount of people in Germany. Half of all of Germany is watching this right now. At most, that means Germany has a population of 4 people. I'm sorry, it has a population of 8 people. I only killed half of them. The Germans love me. I don't know if the Germans love me or not, but I think they're fine, fine people. Apparently, I'm, what do you call it? German. That's what they tell me in my Ancestry.com that I never did. I'm the David Hasselhoff of typology. The Germans love me. Cool. I wonder if that's actually true. Do Germans actually like David Hasselhoff? Did they ever actually like David Hasselhoff? Or is that just an urban myth? Yeah, I'm going down to Stuttgart. We're going to see Kraftwerk play. We're going to have a wonderful time. Das ist verboten! Like that. What is LG or IG? You say that all the time. I think I figured it out before, but I've forgotten what it is.
Well, Instagram, but I don't think that's what he's talking about there. LG like that looks like large. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Is that what it means? I don't know. You know, I saw a commercial the other day where a lady was using her phone.
Lesbo, yeah. Lesbian.
I guess.
Yeah, that's probably it.
IG is I guess. That's why it's capital I. That makes good sense, first last. You win the award for figuring it out. GTR, G2R. What's G2R mean? Couture? Couture? I don't know what that means. Gotta run. Oh, G2R
Oh.
is got to run. Ignacio Guzman. He was talking about how Effie likes making people laugh. I do like making people laugh. I like making people laugh a lot. I guess it is also because FI people who pisses some people off, so you have to make them laugh. Well, I mean, I also laugh a lot. I'm not just made laugh. I don't make people laugh. I also am made laugh by people plenty or by things. Like, who couldn't enjoy the story about eBay? I've been laughing about this all night. It's absolutely hilarious. This is a document on the DOJ website, okay? From the United States Attorney's Office, District of Massachusetts. This is a press release from the U.S. Attorney's Office. Okay? This is not some like sensationalized article or whatever. This is the government describing the specific crimes that eBay committed. And they are hilarious. So, Baugh and his former senior director of safety and security, Jim Baugh, this is according to eBay's admissions, executed a harassment campaign intended to intimidate the victims and change the content of their newsletters reporting. This is eBay. Okay? The campaign included sending anonymous and disturbing deliveries to the victim's home, including a book on surviving the death of a spouse, a bloody pig mask, a fetal pig, and a funeral wreath, and live insects. Sending private Twitter messages and public tweets, criticizing the newsletter's content, and threatening to visit the victims in Natick, and traveling to Natick to surveil the victims and install a GPS tracking device on their car. And the harassment also featured Craigslist posts inviting the public for sexual encounters at the victim's home. eBay.
The Craigslist part is great.
I mean, that's the worst thing of all, by far, that they did there, really. But the sending them a funeral wreath, live insects. And the most hilarious thing of all is they ordered all that stuff off of Amazon. It's so true, I don't even know what to do with it. What major corporation thinks this is a good approach to PR? Like, who thinks this is going to work as a PR strategy?
It's not. It was 7 individuals from within eBay. I was seeing.
But it was the director of their security and whatever, right? It's like senior management. What were they saying in the newsletter? eBay kind of starts to suck now. Let's send him a bloody pig mask. What? Can you imagine being at this meeting where this notion was pitched? Look, there's this couple in Nantucket, and they've got a newsletter. And it's not like that. It's not like singing our praises, you know? It's kind of dissing us a bit. We're eBay. What do you think we should do about it? Yes, Don. We could mail him a pig fetus. Good, good. Let's write that on the whiteboard. Hey, there are no bad ideas here. Just toss them out, everybody. What are some other good ideas we could do to deal with this newsletter thing? I could email them and ask them if they'd like to interview somebody at eBay, and we can defend ourselves and make the pitch that we're really doing the best job. You know, try to, I don't know, kill them with kindness. Karen, get out of here. Get out of here. What are you doing in this meeting? That's not how we do things here at eBay. Other ideas? Anybody? How about I put up some Craigslist posts that say like, come to my house and have sex with me. I'm always down for anybody. Okay, write that on the whiteboard. I've never heard anything crazier than this story, I think. You know, I don't know if Lou shared with me the story because she expected me to find it so hilarious. But she really hit the home run with that. She gets a retroactive 2 wonder points for sharing this story with me, because it has amused me since I first heard of it. All these people in a conference room at eBay headquarters coming up with this plan. Oh. But the other thing that I really take a great deal of amusement at is thinking about the post-court case apology letter that eBay has to write them. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Meow, we are very sorry here at eBay that we mailed you a bloody pig mask. We acknowledge that you did not ever order one. In fact, we don't even let you sell stuff like that on eBay. We are also sorry for the funeral wreath, which we now acknowledge we purposefully sent to your house in order to make you afraid that we were going to kill you. I mean, to me, that's just classic great hilarity. I feel bad for those people, sure, but they're going to get a lot of money out of it and stuff. I'm sure they feel very vindicated about the whole thing. I'm sure when they first told people, no, I shit you not, like eBay mailed us a pig fetus. I mean, it must be some mistake. Did you order a pig fetus? No, we didn't order a pig fetus. They don't even sell those on eBay. Okay, well, somebody may have used an eBay box. Somebody like who's? No, I'm saying the company eBay mailed us a pig fetus. Okay, John. All right, Kooky Pants. Now he's like, see, motherfuckers, I told you. Did you hear femur? Oh, I think you heard penis. That would have been even better if eBay would have. Well, I'm sure the pig fetus, if it was male, had a pig fetus penis. I wonder what this is. Oh, it's a pig fetus. Just think how horrible it would have been when Rachel and I opened up those mystery packages. Instead of being filled with pot, they were filled with pig fetuses. That would be so much more disappointing. These people in their newsletter, we will crush them like bugs. That's probably maybe one of my many favorite parts of this story is that the thing that eBay was mad about is consistently described as a newsletter. Like it's, how big could this newsletter be? Hi, Suyan Go. I didn't want to misspell your name, so I just put that ESTP lady. I neither wanted to misspell it nor look it up. So, that's why I called you that ESTP lady. And if you go back to the beginning of the stream, I answer your questions. Your question. Seems like shitty company. They banned show media for trying to send a gift and being nice. Yeah, I know. What's up with that, right? Is TE directly associated with troubleshooting? Yes. Could someone with TE polar learn how to excel as, say, an electrician or plumber who has to troubleshoot? Well, an ISFJ would be more likely to be able to learn that via a bunch of SI. If they garner sufficient SI experience with every problem so that they're never actually using TE, they're always applying something they learn and they keep a bunch of notes of step by step how to do things, then that'd be fine. If they can use the internet to troubleshoot things, then they might be okay, Yeah, eBay. eBay supports valued members of their sellers community, like the people who mailed me a passport application, then denied that that's what they had mailed me, and insisted that they mailed me in a cardboard box the game, even though the shipping label was not on a cardboard box. It was on a like what's it called? that U.S. Postal Service priority mail. That's what it's called. Priority mail envelope. So that eBay would side with these people, despite the fact that Show Media has all this evidence, is ridiculous. Show Media is taking up with PayPal. Hopefully, PayPal does a better job than eBay in dealing with this. You'd think eBay would have learned something from their horrible ways, but maybe not. Did you take that off because you thought because I was looking at it?
No, but because I realized you're in here talking out, I don't need to listen to you on stream anymore. I can just listen to you live.
Yeah, he did. He got almost 5 years. He got 57 months. So I mean, justice was done. That's probably why I find the story so funny rather than like outraging or whatever. It's because what were these idiots thinking? How could they possibly think they were going to get away with this? It's just so brazenly like, mafioso, you know? Well, I mean, terrorizing people with implied death threats with shit like putting up Craigslist posts saying come to my house and have sex with me when you do not want that to happen. Yeah, I want to see what this newsletter was saying. I find every conceivable scene that I imagine in which this decision making process played out to be hilariously like I don't even know what kind of thing to call it. Just somebody's clearly not using very much intuition regarding how this thing's gonna play out, right?
Yeah.
Do you want questions? Sure. Do I want them? I hadn't thought I wanted them prior to asking that question, but now I do want them. You made me want questions, Diana Days. Please provide me some questions. What was the eBay scandal about in the first place? You don't really understand. I'll put the link to this article, this DOJ press release, which quotes the actual decision, you know. Let's see. So here's the link. And the most relevant parts of the thing just says Jim Bott, eBay's former senior director of safety and security, and 6 other members of eBay's security team targeted the victims for their role in publishing a newsletter that reported on issues of interest to eBay sellers. Senior executives at eBay were frustrated with the newsletter's tone and content and with the comments posted beneath the newsletter's articles. I mean, the thing is, it was either defamatory in some way, in which case they had legal recourse, or it was accurate, in which case they should have changed their ways. And then, of course, another reason, what happened is they were surveilling them. The victim spotted the surveillance team and contacted local police. After learning of the Natick Police Department's investigation, Baugh made false statements to police and internal investigators, and he and his team deleted digital evidence related to the cyberstalking campaign and falsified records intended to throw the police off the trail. So listen to the titles of these people, right? So Baugh was the Senior Director of Safety and Security, okay? This is upper management, senior management. Included him, David Harville, Director of Global Resiliency, got 2 years in prison. Stephanie Pop, Senior Manager of Global Intelligence, was sentenced to 12 months. Philip Cook, Senior Manager of Security Operations. Stephanie Stockwell and Veronica Z, Manager of Global Intelligence and a Contract Intelligence Analyst, respectively, also were convicted and sentenced. This is top level management of eBay who are supposedly these really smart, capable TE people, right? And they concoct this ridiculous fucking plan. like they're like 18-year-old Italians in 1930s New York or something. It boggles the mind. What creates self-esteem? Should we read for pleasure or for knowledge? Well, let me answer some questions. Should we read for pleasure or knowledge? I don't know if you should read at all. If you should, why you should read or what you should read for. I know that I read things that seem interesting to me. What creates self-esteem? What creates self-esteem? Probably healthy, loving relationships, I would guess. I'm not sure. I think what creates self-esteem, you're going to get a lot of necessary but insufficient conditions for self-esteem. Those ones are probably fairly easy to articulate. Like, in order to have self-esteem, you have to have some healthy, loving relationships in your life. You can't have people being toxic to you all the time. You have to have some people who are affirming and demonstrating in word and deed that they value you for who you are, not for who they want you to be, That's just a necessary but insufficient condition. It's like how much self-esteem do I have? I don't know exactly. I was making a distinction earlier. Like, I don't have self-doubt, right? But I have plenty of self-loathing. What good is self-loathing? Well, it's hard to articulate it as a good from your perspective of experiencing it. But it's justice for your own failures, right? If your failures deserve you to be mad at yourself, then it's just a sign of being a moral agent that you experience pain as karma in life for the wrongdoings you've already committed. It seems that what creates self-esteem may be dependent on our individual frame. That's true, Lou. You know, I think it's fair to say that YouTube, if you wanted to give a concrete answer to the question, YouTube creates self-esteem for me. Even though it's not like my experience on YouTube is filled with a bunch of people affirming me or something. But I find the fact that people are willing to come and chat with me here fundamentally affirming, I think. And I find it fundamentally affirming to have people listen to what I say. So in that regard, that's a concrete thing I could link to. Self-esteem for me, and is exemplary of Lou's overarching rule that depends on your frame of reference. I don't think YouTube is necessarily good for everyone's self-esteem. I think for a lot of people it's bad for their self-esteem, right? Because they're going to come across a fair amount of negativity no matter how sunshiny they are. And of course, you know, how much self-esteem can an FI polar person really have? Like, I'm confident, but I don't think that's the same thing as having high self-esteem. I think it's kind of implicit in TI tool, especially paired with intuition, to be very, objectively self-critical. And the problem with being objectively self-critical is that objectively, each of us is far from perfect. And if you're trying to focus on being objective, it really means you're focusing on the negative stuff that you wish weren't the case. But it's not like I'm in pain or something. Most of the time, I have FI, Miaz, moments of extreme like guilt, sorrow, shame. It's like, in comparison, I don't mind anxiety as much as I mind bad, painful, guilt-ridden shame memories. Anxiety, I don't like it, obviously. But I like it more than guilt. Guilt's my least favorite emotion of all. I kind of just say guilt and shame are the same thing. I know that there's good reason to distinguish between the two. But because I feel guilty, I am ashamed of myself. Or about that which I feel guilty, I am also ashamed of myself. And just woke up at, at first last. Okay. That was hard, but I actually read all the text that Rachel wrote. My glasses on. Took a little bit of eyeball straining, but I could do it. Just goes to show you, maybe I am getting younger. Rachel, the birthday girl, is 39 years young today. Just one more year, and nobody will be able to say, your daughter, yeah. So she's 40 years old, okay? So stop thinking she's my daughter. That's what I'll say next year. At least the restaurant got a heads up by asking me, are you celebrating something special? I'm like, yeah, my wife's birthday. So they'll know that she's my wife. And not my daughter. I do have a daughter. She's substantially younger than Rachel. If Rachel were my daughter, I would have had her when I was just 13 or 14 years old. And believe me, in no way, shape, or form was I that pimpin'. Interestingly, I was way more pimpin' as a child, like in my prepubescence. Me and the other neighborhood children got up to all kinds of crazy stuff. Anyway, I'm deciding at the moment for my birthday to do my eye makeup or lip. Probably an ignorant question, but it's both an option, Rachel. Yeah, not half a lip, just one of the two lips and one eye. Why don't you maybe go for kind of an adamant look today, Rachel? You thought about that? With the line across your nose? Maybe I could do that look in celebration of your birthday. And then I could sing, don't drink, don't smoke, what do you do? Subtle innuendo follows, must be something inside. That guy was really a weird anomaly as a music producer / musician of the time period. He was doing weird shit that other people were not doing. That doesn't make him good, but he does have some good songs, a couple of good songs. I wonder if Adam Ant were here visiting us, if we had pulled those cards, if he also would have gotten the ant spirit. Good question. A question that has no answer. Let's see what other questions there are. Can you be single happy, or is someone just copying? Copying? I can't be happy single. I can't be happy without Rachel. But, that's just me. Other people might feel differently. I'm sure other people do feel differently because they can't have Rachel. So they're going to have to go for somebody else. Mariposa probably isn't the town for Rachel and I to both go out with adamant makeup on together. I mean, it's a weirdly tolerant / intolerant place. Like coming into town, the main drag, the first house that you see, they always have these signs up in their window. They're like super lefty stuff. They have like a gay pride flag in front of their house and stuff. And then just up the street from them, there's this guy who has a house that still has a big banner up that says "Trump won. I know it. You know it." I don't know it actually, but apparently he does, and he believes that I do as well. Thanks, darling. You make me ice whole as well. And if you want to have a relationship as good as me and Rachel's, you need to take our seminar. Our seminar. You need to take our seminar, Ice Whole. It's like everything good about twin flames, but without all the bad press. Okay? So we'll still take your money. We'll be less culty about it. And, we'll feed you all the bullshit you want to hear. What do you think about that for a business plan, Ruben? Rachel and I start a less culty version of Twin Flames. And our calling card is all the same bullshit, but with 50% less cultiness.
It's kind of culty, though.
Okay. 85% less cultiness.
Right.
It's going to have to be somewhat culty because we're going to be just robbing these people blind.
Yeah. I don't know.
You think that there might be moral concerns?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Love can't be bought. No, it can't. That's because it's not a commodity. Love is not a piece of property. It's like the one thing in life you kind of can't be held accountable for are your feelings. You don't own them, they just happen to you. But you can be held accountable for, oh, well, I've been planning this seminar for a while now, Diana Days. It's all part of my vision of people begin life before they're born. There are two souls that comprise a single iceberg. And then when they're born, that iceberg splits into two. Sometimes it may be years apart, the other half of the iceberg comes out of the womb, as was the case with me and Rachel. But the point is, your mission in life is to reunite with your missing iceberg half so that you two can be ice holes like me and Rachel. Me and Rachel are a couple of big ice holes.
Yeah.
Can I generate feelings with willpower? No. That's why I say you don't own feelings, right?
Yeah. I guess that was like a response to what you were saying. That, what'd you say? It's like the one thing in life that you can't be, you say responsible for?
You're held accountable.
Held accountable for.
You can be held accountable for your words, etc. So expressing your feelings opens you up to some sorts of accountability. But like when it comes down to it, you can make me do something, but you can't make me want to do it.
Exactly. But can you make you want to do it?
I can't. Maybe other people can. Maybe if you got FI tool, you can make yourself want things. I don't know.
Diana Day says, Ruben, I think so, but definitely.
But deep down, no.
I think I know what she's saying.
I don't.
You could try.
Do you think you can make yourself feel things?
I think so. I think I can. Okay. I think I can. If I focus on certain things, I can make myself angry.
Okay.
If I focus on other things, I can make myself like feel gratitude and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well I could generate, I guess, feelings like that. But do those count for anything?
I use them. If I tool there, okay.
Like when I wake up mad, it's not because I want to be thinking about those things that make me mad.
Right. So I think it's both. Like you can't, like you're going to be affected by feelings that you can't control, and then, but you can also probably use your focus to kind of steer feelings a little bit.
Rachel points out that's what actors do. I definitely know about how I could make myself feel sad imagining, like when Delilah was little, the worst thing I could imagine was something happening to her, you know?
Exactly.
And if my thoughts even started to wander there, I'd get all cryy, you know? So, I guess that means now I care about her less. I mean, is that what that means?
No.
Because I don't worry so much. I still do worry. Like if I can't get a hold of her, I immediately start feeling all worried.
That's how I feel with Acacia.
Well, you couldn't have gotten a hold of her at that moment because you didn't notice her. But what I was laughing at before was she was
she was
crouched
okay.
up there at the top of the stairs, peeking through the railings like a little elf or something.
I was wondering why you're looking at me like that.
I think the main purpose is to follow your own emotions to its purity and decide what you actually like. You're trying to type this chick, you know? Explain to her you need to do the probing test. All right, well, now we need to test your extroverted sensing, all right? And then put on some sultry music in the background. Like, bow, 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 bow. Yeah, girl. It's time to do the extroverted sensing test. Tell me, how does this feel? She's like, isn't that introverted sensing? Shh. I'm pretty sure you're actually testing introverted sensing right now. Oh, I will be soon, baby. I'm going to be testing all introverted sensing. What does that even mean? Hero Lamb has the misfortune to attempt this on somebody who's really aware of typology, and he's getting it all wrong. He's blowing his chance. That's probably what C.S. Joseph does. Okay, now I need to. Now I need to test your estimate something. I mean, I feel pretty happy. I've had a happy few days. I've been feeling happy the last few days, especially yesterday, today, the day before that. Like, it's a good sign in general when I laugh more. And Lou, you weren't here, I think, when I retroactively awarded you 2 Wonder Points for linking to me to the most hilarious story of the decade, the eBay scandal. So just put those in your crypto Wonder Point wallet. I really need to make Wonder Points into a blockchain. I wonder how expensive that would be. And then I'd if you got a Wonder Point and you have a crypto wallet, I'd transfer a Wonder Point to you. That would be fantastic, you know. Every Wonder Point would be, but I guess it would be an NFT probably, you know. Each of them would be numbered. Maybe I'd have some app that randomly picks one from the pile of 1 million Wonder Points that I make as the total cap of Wonder Points. And then, you know, everyone would hope to get Wonder Point number 1. Ruben, are you committing identity theft again? God. Is that you who's applying for the passport? It kind of looks like you a little bit, maybe. You've got brown hair anyway. Well, I guess I'll go inside and wrap up this live stream. It's been rather a delightful, let's see, hour and 20 minutes of chatting with people. But, you know, today's kind of a tricky day because it's Rachel's birthday, but all the Rachel's birthday stuff we have planned is for tomorrow. So it's hard to say what exactly to do with today. It's also Tuesday, the worst TV day of the week. So, you know. But it's not inconceivable that at some point later today, tomorrow morning, I'm not sure what time Ruben's plane actually leaves, that I might have an exciting job of jump starting their car again. That'd be something to do. I don't know if their battery's recovered or not. All right, sounds good, Rachel. That sounds like an excellent birthday. You want to get high, have some coffee, maybe watch something on TV, movie or otherwise. The harassment started in 2019 after Ina Steiner wrote a story about a lawsuit brought by eBay that accused Amazon of poaching its sellers, according to court records. It is Ruben's birthday soon, but I'm not sure exactly when.
The 28th.
The executive sent Winning's message to James Baugh, who is eBay Senior Director of Safety and Security, and called Ina Steiner a biased troll who needs to get burned down, in all caps. Wow. Well, that sounds like a little bit of toxic projection a la Michelle Schacht, who called me a toxic troll, you know? Just because I was critical. What happened to Cone Man? Did I type him? No. He disappeared, I think, somewhat possibly in response to my offer to type him. Because at that point, he probably felt positioned like I'm going to either have to get typed or stop positioning myself as an INFJ, you know? Something wrong with M-named people in me. Who's another M-named person? Oh, Michael Smith. Melissa Talks. Mlub MlienFP. Yeah, okay. Three makes a pattern. You win, Hero Lamb. You win. All right. So with that final victory for Hero Lamb, in fact, Hero Lamb, I'm giving you a pre-blockchain wonder point, which aren't nearly as wonderful as post-blockchain wonder points. But anyway, for creating that successful pattern of 3, I hereby award you a wonder point. Goodbye, good luck, and I'll probably talk to you later.